In this tutorial, we will create this object. At first, we will select template for metric. Click on this arrow, scroll down, and we will select this no template metric. Then to switch to isometric mode, click here on isometric drafting and make it on. Now it has started automatically in the left isoplane. If you want to change the isoplane, you can click on this arrow and you can choose your desired isoplane. So right now for this object, left is correct, so we will not change it. Now in this object, at first we will create these two circles of 48 and 80 diameter, that is 24 and 40 radius. To create isometric circle, click on this arrow near the ellipse and select axis end. Then click on isocircle and give the center point and give the radius of 24. Enter. Then press enter to repeat the ellipse command. Again click on isocircle, give the center point, take your cursor away and give the radius of 40. Enter. Zoom it. Then we will create one horizontal line. Take line command, give the first point. Now in the case of isometric circle, quadrant is on the upper side. So to catch this point, we will have to track this center point. Take your cursor on the center and take it away. Don't click there, so that it will track that point. Click. Take your cursor again on the center, track it and click at this intersection point. And press enter. Then remove the below portion. Click on trim. Then press enter and select object to be removed and enter. Pan it. Then this arc is at a gap of 64. From this arc, we will copy this arc at a distance of 64. Click on copy, select object, enter, give the base point, make ortho on. Now we want to go inside. To go inside, we will have to change the isoplane. To change isoplane, click on this arrow here and select right. We want to go in the right direction. Then give the direction and give the gap of 64. Enter and enter. Then we need to create here one line from quadrant to quadrant. Click on line, then select this quadrant point and this quadrant point and press enter. If at your end quadrant is not shown automatically, then you can make it on by clicking on this arrow and by clicking on this quadrant option here. Then trim unwanted portion again. You can also give trim by typing TR, enter, enter and remove the unwanted portion, enter. Then create one horizontal line here. Again take the line command, give first point, give second point, press enter. Now this portion is ready and next will be this portion. Now for this portion, this total length is 64. Now we want to work out this length here. We will work out length on this bottom plane. To work out that length, we will have to minus half of 80, that is 40, from this 64. That means it will be 64 minus 40 will be 24. So on this bottom plane, the gap of this circle from this line will be 24. That is length of this line will be 24. And this width is 48. So we will create one portion like this. Now again, this gap is 8. So we will copy this arc at a gap of 8. Click on copy. Select this arc, enter, give the base point, give the direction, give the gap of 8, enter and enter. Now we want to create these lines on the top plane. So click here and select isoplane top. Then take the line command, give the first point, take your cursor away, give the length of 24, enter, take your cursor inside, give the length of 48, enter. Then you can track this endpoint and click here and enter. Then we need to create one circle here. For that, again click on axis end, click on isocircle, give the center point and click on this endpoint. Then we don't need this half circle. For that, give trim, tr, enter, enter, and remove this portion, enter. Then we need to create this circle of 24 diameter, that is 12 radius. Then we need same portion above at the height of 16. So we will copy this same portion above, click on copy, then select all these objects, then enter, give the base point. Now we want to go on the upper side. For that, again we will need to change the isoplane. Click on this arrow and select this isoplane right, so that we can go up, give the gap of 16, enter, enter. Then we need to extend this line up to this arc. For that, give extend command, type ex, enter, enter, and click on this line and enter. Then create one line, give the line command, L, enter, take this endpoint. Then this length is 48, give 48, enter, enter. Again extend this line, ex, enter, enter, and click and enter. Then we need to create one vertical line here. For that, give line command, type L, enter, and select quadrant of this circle to the quadrant of bottom circle, enter. Then remove the unwanted objects, give tr, enter, enter, and okay, other objects will need to be deleted. This can be trimmed. Okay, remaining object we can erase it. Here this also can be trimmed. Enter. Then give E for erase, enter, and select all the remaining object, enter. Now this will also need to be trimmed. So tr, enter, enter, and remove it and enter. We don't need this arc, erase it, E, enter, and click enter. Then next will be circle here. The circle radius is 12, that is half of this 24. For circle, click on axis end, then click on isocircle, give the center point. Center point will be the midpoint of this line. Click, take your cursor away. Now it is creating circle on right plane, but we want it on the top plane. To change the plane, click here and select isoplane top. Then give radius of 12, enter. Then we will need one line from here. Take the line command, give this point as a first point, then take it ahead and click enter, and trim this extra line. Tr, enter, enter, and remove this, enter. Then double click scroll button for zoom extent. Then we will apply layers. To create layers, click on layer properties. Then we will give some color to this zero layer. Suppose we will choose this one. Okay. Then click on new layer and we will create one center layer. Choose the color. Okay. Then we need to change this line type. Click on this continuous. Click on load. Click inside. Press C. Then we will choose this smaller center line. Center 2. Okay. Then again select center 2. Okay. Then we will create one more layer for dimension. Click on new layer. Give the name dim. Change the color. Okay. And we want continuous line type for dim. Click on the center 2 and select continuous. Okay. Then we want to work on the center layer now. Just double click on it, so it will become current. Then close this dialog box. Then we want to convert this line into center line. For that, at first we will break it at both the ends. To break it, click on modify and select this break at point. select the object and select the point. Then again click on modify, bracket point, select this object and select this point. Now this line is separated from other line. Then we will convert it into center line. Click here and select center and escape. Give LTS command, enter, and we will make it 0.5, enter. Now it is shown properly. Then we will create this line and arc and this center line. You can directly select this line and make it center and escape. Now we need to create one vertical line. For that we need to change the isoplane. Click here and select this right isoplane. Take the line command, take this midpoint. Then it will not show the quadrant, so we'll just take our cursor above and click there and enter. Then this total length is 64, that means this length will be 32. Take the line, select this intersection point, give the direction, give the length of 32, enter, enter. Then we will copy this arc here, click on copy, select this arc, enter, give this point as a base point, give this point as a second point and enter. Then we need to trim this arc, give TR, enter, enter, remove this unwanted portion. Then we will erase this portion, give E, enter and remove it and enter. Then select this arc and make it center and escape. Then create one horizontal line. Then again we need to work on top plane. From here select isoplane top, take the line command, give first point, take your cursor ahead and click and enter. So all the center lines has been created. Then next will be to give the dimension. Only this one more center line is required. Take the line command, enter, take this point, take it inside and click on this quadrant and enter. To give dimension, we will make dimension layer current. Click on this dim. Then at first we will give this two dimension 48 and 80. Now we have to give dimension for this inclined lines. Click on this arrow and select aligned. And give the first point, give the second point, take your cursor below and click. Enter. Select this point and click. Then next will be this 8 and 64. Again click on aligned. Select this quadrant and this quadrant and click on the quadrant. And enter. Then drag this point and click here at intersection point and give this point as a second point. Take your cursor above and click. Then here 24, 16 and 48. Enter. Click on this midpoint and click. Then enter this end point and we need to track this point. For that we will change the plane to left. Then we will track this midpoint and click on this end point. Enter, click on this point and click. Then next will be this 64. For this 64 we need to make some construction. Now we have this point, we need to create this line to locate this point in the same line. Now here we have this length of 16 and we know that total height is 40, that is the radius of this circle. Therefore this height will be 40 minus 16, that is 24. We will create one line of 24 here. You want that line to be center, so select here and select center. Take the line command, click on this midpoint, take your cursor above, give the height of 24, enter, enter. Then again choose dim layer, then give the dimension. Click on aligned, give the first point, give second point, take your cursor above. Okay, there is some problem. Press escape. Here this point was not clicked properly. We can move this line. Give the move command. Select this line, enter. Click on this intersection and click on this midpoint. Now it is at correct position. Again give the dimension. Click on aligned. Click on this endpoint and this endpoint. Now the length is correct. Now we are using default ISO 25 dimension style. In that dimension style, they are using this TXT font. I want Arial, so click on this dimension style, modify text, then click on these three dots and select here Arial. Scroll down Arial, apply, close. Okay, close. Now it is Arial font. Then next will be to align these dimensions. For that, click on annotate, click on dimension and select this oblique. Then select same direction dimensions. Now I want these two to be vertical and this also in the same direction. So at first we will select this 3 dimension and we want it vertical, that is 90 degree. So select these 3 dimensions, enter, give the angle of 90, enter. So it is correct. Then next will be we want this 24 like this. Angle of this line is 30 degree. Again click on oblique, select this 24, enter, give the angle of 30, enter. Then we need to align this 16 to this line. Angle of this line is 150 degree. Press enter, select oblique and select this both dimensions. Press enter, give the angle of 150, enter. These lines are aligned. Then to align this 8, press enter, click on oblique, select this 8, enter. Then we don't know angle here. What you can do, give first point, make ortho off and give second point here. Now it is actually selecting some quadrant point. We don't want that quadrant point. So what we will do, we will make this object snap off so that it will not take any object snap and it will give point wherever we clicks it. So it is aligned properly. Then we will make it on again for further use. Okay, now dimensions are looking fine. The only difference is text is slanted. Suppose we want to make it vertical like this. We want to align them to their plane. Now here 24 is slightly above, but it is in the same plane. To change that, click on text style. Then here give the oblique angle of 30 and apply and close. Now here these dimensions got aligned, but these dimensions are not properly aligned. So to make them properly aligned, we will have to create one more text style. So click on text style here, click on new. Suppose we will keep it style 1, okay. And here we will give oblique angle of -30. Apply, close, yes. Then click on dimension style. Then we will need to create one more dimension style for this new text style. To create that, click on new. We will make copy of this ISO 25. We just remove this copy of and we will make it other angle, other angle. Continue. Then here we will change to style 1. Okay, close. Then we will change the dimension style for this remaining dimensions. Okay, then change the dimension style to other angle and escape. Now for this 64 and 8 previous angle was correct. So we'll need to create one more dimension style for this 8 and 64. Again click on dimension style, click on new, we'll make it old, continue, then click on this three dot, we will create one more text style, click on new, yes, we will make it style 2, yes, and we will make it 0, apply, close, and here we will apply style 2, okay, close. Then select both of these dimension and select here old name dimension style and escape. Now they are slanting. That's all the dimensions are applied. Thanks for watching. We will stop here.